You know, how phenomenal it's been, but also what it's done for the sport.
It's just, I think I've said it with a few of the action sports. I've been so lucky to cover them, and I've been covering action sports for years and been around these scenes. And I think in many ways it gives it a bit of a validation, dare I say it. It's, you know, I still skateboard. I take my kids to school on my skateboard because I skateboard back, and the noise it makes as you're going down the street, they call it rolling thunder. And all the mums and dads are looking at me, but perhaps I won't be so weird now when I go back to Sutton Coldfield in Birmingham. And it's so nice to see the old school tricks right alongside the new school tricks, just to keep that culture, to keep that way of life going on. And it's just brilliant, isn't it? It's just brilliant, mate.
It really is brilliant, pal. And listen, just a quick one. 3 years from now, Paris, full crowds. How excited are you?
It's going to be unbelievable. I mean, honestly, the 6 or 7 Brazilians up there were making the noise of a few hundred. So imagine in 3 years' time, like you say, in Paris, full stands. It's just going to be crazy, and there's so many more kids now that will see this, want to be a part of it, will be training as hard as they can. They've all got a goal now, as well as all the other contest results that they could win. There's also now a Olympic gold medal that can be hung on that hook at home or put in your sock drawer.
Tim, it's been an absolute pleasure, pal. And listen, don't be sad it's over. Smile because it's happened. What an absolute joy it's been.
Thank you so much. I'm smiling under here, ear to ear. Cheers, JJ. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, mate. Right, well, let's just bring you up to date with some of the action that's happened today. Well, obviously, a little earlier, we saw basketball now, and the United States are in action in the men's semi-finals. They're taking on Australia, so we can head over to the...
Good morning. You're watching Olympic Breakfast with Dan Walker and Sam Quek. We're going to leave the basketball there. The USA are behind to Australia, but a lot of time left, a lot of experience in that team. And you can see how the rest of that match unfolds on either the red button or the BBC iPlayer.
Here on BBC One, we're going to get some live boxing for you from about 6 o'clock. So we're going to try and take the news a little bit early, and we're also going to try and wedge in and tidy up some of the overnight session in the athletics. Overnight for us, morning session, of course, in Tokyo. One thing we haven't showed you yet is what happened in the shot put and also the triple jump. So let's see exactly what happened there. Steve Backley is your commentator. This will be a question, I'm sure, at some stage. Lock it away. If you're ever in a pub quiz, this could help. That is actually the first time in athletics history in the Olympics that there's been an exact repeat of a podium in an event in the shot put. So first for Ryan Krauser, second for Joe Kovacs of the USA, and New Zealand's Thomas Walsh taking the bronze medal. So it happened again in Rio. It's exactly the same podium 5 years later.
And how heavy is a shot put?
I don't know.
Is it a ball?
Put.
A shot put? A shot?
A shot.
How heavy is a shot?
I don't know. How heavy is a shot?
7 kilograms. There you go.
There you go.
Quiz.
And just to tidy up the triple jump as well, learning so much this morning. Pedro Pichada, that jump that we saw described by Steve Backley, was long enough to secure Portugal the gold medal in the triple jump. And we're going to go through quite a bit of that overnight athletics with Colin Jackson, who's going to talk about what happened in the 4x100 for the women and the men, and also pick out the latest few events in the heptathlon as well. So lots to discuss, and the 110 hurdles as well. The gold went in that event this morning as well. So all to come with Colin Jackson.
But first, here are your Olympic headlines. Great Britain's Liam Heath narrowly failed to defend his gold that he won in Rio. The kayak 200-metre event. He claimed bronze in a photo finish to take his Olympic medal tally to 4.
Jamaica's Hansel Parchment surged to a brilliant win in the men's 110 metres hurdles final. As we mentioned, his powerful finish saw him just pip the favourite Grant Holloway of the USA to the gold. Great Britain's Andrew Posey was 7th.
Dina Asher-Smith shrugged off her injury issues as she returned to the track to help Great Britain set a new national record in the women's 4x100-metre relay. They're safely through to tomorrow's final.
Great Britain's divers, Andrea Spendolini,
Men's Park.
So live boxing to come for you, but a little earlier than we normally do. At nearly 5 to 6 this morning, it's time for the news. Good morning, Naga.
Morning, Dan. Morning, Sam. Good morning to you. Here are the top stories. The autumn is set to be postponed until 2022. An official announcement is expected. That figure's 4 times higher than last winter.
Forward, or they know someone who hasn't, this is the time.
People are more likely to become victims of fraud than any other crime. Nearly 200 employers have been named and shamed by the UK adults spent a third of their waking hours watching television and online content last year. Now it's time to find out what's happening with the weather with Carol. Morning.
Good morning, Naga. Good morning to you too, Naga.
Carol, thanks very much. Now it's time for more Olympics coverage with Dan and Sam.
Hello, good morning. Watching Olympic Breakfast with Dan and Sam. It's fast approaching 6 o'clock. It's Thursday morning. It's day 13 of these games. Just to let you know, we were watching the basketball, weren't we, sort of 10 minutes ago. It's now 45-42 Australia lead. So that's at the end of the second quarter. So still time for Team USA to catch up on the Aussies. That's the semi-final. We're going to show you some boxing here on BBC One. That does continue, though, over on the red button and the BBC iPlayer if you want to continue to watch that live basketball men's semi-final this morning.
Yes, but here on BBC One, we've got that boxing, like Dan said, because it's a
Brilliant stuff. What a fight.
a fight.
Start Thursday morning. And as Ron was saying there, the 8th of August, which is Sunday, Kelly Harrington will be going for gold, fighting for gold. Hopefully, John Watson is at the boxing and he's got Kelly with him. We can, rather than listen to us, let's listen to her.
I do indeed, Dan. Yes, Kelly, huge congratulations. You will contest Olympic gold. How does that sound?
I don't know. It's just, I'm actually speechless for a change.
Great performance. I can see how emotional you are, and all of that hard work and dedication. You have worked incredibly hard. It's all paying off, and we're seeing the fruits of it here, aren't we?
It's the Olympic Games. Every operator is a top-class operator, and Sudapan is absolutely fantastic. She hits really, really hard. So, I don't know what to say. I still have one more fight to go. So.
You're a credit to your sport because, in all fairness, you do it for the love of it. You've said yourself you're not in it for the rewards or the medals. You're obviously going to go and contest a gold, but it is the love of the sport that you're in it for.
You know, it's the love of the sport. I'm addicted to the sport. I have my ups and my downs. Everybody has their ups and downs. And I mean, what really is touching home right now for me is the support back at home. With all of Ireland, not just my community, the whole of Ireland is absolutely lit. And I just feel absolutely on top of the world as one person to be able to do that for many, many people, for a little nation.
I know they will have all been watching. What do you think your family will be feeling right now?
I'd say my dad's bawling his eyes out. My ma's probably sitting out in the garden listening to me dad. But I'd say he's red-faced and red-eyed.
Special moment for them all, special moment for you, of course, and what, just the second Irish woman to win a boxing medal at the Olympics. How special is that?
It's stuff that people think of and dream of, you know, like, I've thought of it, like, sometimes you never think you're going to actually get here and actually get a medal, like, to be boxing in an Olympic final, it's kind of like, to be honest with you, it hasn't really hit home because I'm very grounded and I will be like that until it's over. But I'm so happy. Like, I know it probably doesn't look like it because I'm quite emotional at the moment. I don't know whether I'm up or down or what. But
very special. And talk us through how will the next few days go as you prepare for that final then?
Huh?
How will the next few days go as you prepare for the final?
It'll be the same as every other. I'll just do pads and then we'll just we'll get ready. We'll prepare as normal.
Kelly, huge congratulations. You go on to contest gold at these Olympics. Well done.
Well, I absolutely loved that.
Brilliant interview. Proper heart on sleeve stuff, isn't it? And she's proper made up.
It was interesting to see she sort of slowly regained her composure during the course of the interview. I suppose that, I mean, I've never been in that position. You have. It's just that sometimes the emotional wave just hits you and all that effort that's gone into getting you to that point.
Yeah, she hit the nail on the head when she said you think about it, you train for it and you dream of it. But when you actually get to an Olympic final, it's a bit surreal. And then, you know, fingers crossed she goes on to win the gold. Then that moment you think, is it actually just happened? And then for me, it didn't really kick in probably until about 2 weeks being home that I actually realised what the team and what we'd all achieved was.
Well, she will. She needs to get her head together because she's fighting on Sunday for a gold medal. And actually, Ireland's only other gold in these games came in the rowing a few days ago. You might remember that in the lightweight double sculls. Paul O'Donovan and Vincent McCarthy getting the gold there. Can Kelly Harrington follow them? And imagine returning to Ireland with a gold medal in the box. It would be unbelievable.
I hope they get a camera at mum and dad's as well, because the way she was describing it, you could just imagine what they'd be like when she said for them sat in the garden.
It's going to be incredible. Let's tell you what's happening over the course of the next few hours on this programme and elsewhere across the BBC as well. We're going to be back with the boxing. We've got Galal Yafai going for Team GB in his semi-final as well. A chance to box for gold if he can get there. That's at about 6:45. We're going to be back with Richie and Ron for that. We're also going to be dipping in here and there to the 10-metre platform final for the women. That's from 7 o'clock this morning, and you can watch that in full over on the red button and the BBC iPlayer as well. Later on today, Sir Chris Hoy is going to be strolling into the studio like the Olympic hero that he is, and we'll be talking about the men's sprint and the latest rounds of the women's keirin as well, and that will run into Hazel's programme as it normally does. And the second session of the athletics starts a little bit later on, so Gabby and the team will be here for that, and you'll also be able to see, as part of that coverage, Team GB's Holly Bradshaw in the final of the pole vault. Got my pen, Sam. Sorry about that.
It's an important piece of equipment, that.
Yeah, very crucial.
Shall we have a little bit of fun, shall we?
Yes, go on then.
OK, so we're going to go to Japanning for gold.
We haven't actually done this for a few days, have we? This is essentially where we look for the little nuggets that you might not have seen in the Olympics. And if you were up early this morning, you might have seen the skateboarding, the men's final in the skateboarding. And we spotted this from Kieran Woolley. This is that is skateboarding is the only sport you can get that sort of commentary.
It should be sweatier than a rented ball.
It worked perfectly though. It's been a brilliant addition to the Olympics. I think a lot of people were in the position yesterday, weren't they, where they were like, oh, I'm not sure whether skateboarding is going to work in the Olympics. And then watching not only the street event last week, but the park event as well. And you're like, OK, this works. It's got a place. And I think it's going to be a big hit in Paris in a couple of years' time as well. Sam, we need to update our medal table, don't we?
We do.
Are you ready?
What tune have we got?
Let's have a listen. What have we got today? Yeah, why not?
So yesterday we had a gold in the individual show jumping from Ben Mer. So congratulations, another face and another name on the gold. Big round of applause. Woo! And earlier on this morning, Liam Heath came third in the men's canoe sprint. He adds another medal to his collection, which makes him a 4-time Olympic medalist. Huge congratulations to Liam.
Woo!
Big round of applause.
That's the end of the Japanese today. I think I had 9 to put on yesterday, but hopefully there'll be a few more in the next few days of the Olympic Games. OK, we'll be back at the Japanese tomorrow. Just to update you on what's happening in the golf. This is...
Not bad, Nelly Corder, is she?
Should we see if that putt went in?
OK, you're watching Olympic Breakfast and the time is 6:25.